everyone.
So, some time has passed since the end of Secret Invasion and its ending with its finale. That's exactly what we're going to be discussing and talking about in this video, as many people had saw Secret Invasion's finale as controversial, and its ending has been explained by the director of the show is exactly what we are going to be discussing in this video. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video, we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As I read, while some have criticized the Disney Plus' show's finale, Secret Invasion director Ali Salem gave a good explanation to as of why it ended as such a controversial note. At that, Secret Invasion was filled with many criticisms, with some noting its final episode didn't fully resolve the show's premise. Moreover, the MCU series' final installment also received the worst ever Rotten Tomato score in franchise history, only earning a 13% critic approval rating. Salem, the director, had shared his surprising reaction to the show's mixed reviews and reactions from critics and fans alike, noting that he doesn't feel bad about it while also pointing out that he doesn't read them. And taking a moment, I was quite honestly very taken and very surprised from how badly Secret Invasion was taken from other Marvel fans, and especially for how it has scored so low from many critics as well. I personally really enjoyed Secret Invasion. You can check out all of our review videos here on the channel for each and every episode. In a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly, Secret Invasion director Ali Salem had discussed the show's finale a little bit. In the controversial finale, President Ritson declares war on the Skrulls. Afterward, the episodes show a montage of vigilantes killing Skrulls and humans alike, as many people are now paranoid of Skrulls living among them, having killed many people looking to seek out Skrulls and get rid of them, ending the series is infused with paranoia. The director, Salem, had talked about Secret Invasion's crazy ending, pointing out that Nick Fury has to have some opposition as we leave the series, as he says that, in quote, "Well, I think that President Ritson could say the Skrulls are welcome here, which is a great message, but not a great drama. Nick Fury has to have some opposition as we leave the series. Even though he's come into terms with it, I don't know that it's realistic to think that everybody has come to terms with it." Ending that quote right there, and to reference that it's normal. Nick Fury at least has a normalcy of having the Skrulls just living on Earth and just being chill there. Like, that's their home. That has been their home for like the last 20 plus years within the MCU. So why even bother with it at that? Is pretty much what we learned towards the end of this show and its finale. However, as other people and just about everyone else learns of the Skrulls, it gets out there and nobody is in agreement with that and wants that, and people are now freaking out. The Marvel director continued by saying that the finale should give viewers an idea that this battle could go on, teasing that the characters Sonya, Falsworth, and Gaia could be the ones to actually fix it, as he says that, in quote, "I think it's important to show that a sense of others can create a sense of conflict. The choice was, do we want to Pollyanna ending, or do we want an ending with some real guts to it? The idea is that this battle could go on, but Sonya and Gaia reconcile at the end, and maybe they're going to actually fix it. Maybe these two strong, beautiful women are going to come in and actually fix it." Ending that quote right there. As in saying and kind of pointing out, I think is what he's really trying to get out of the flaws of the great Nick Fury, I think is a huge thing that the overall shows had a theme for, and it kept kind of circling back to, is the flaws of the great Nick Fury. Ever since he has been introduced in the beginning of the MCU in 2008, Iron Man, he's always been perceived as this great character, this guy that just knows everything, but yet he's just a normal everyday guy, but yet he still has the answer to everything. And that's exactly what Secret Invasion does, is points out Nick Fury's flaws and the troubles and problems that he actually creates and leaves them for others to fix. The article continues by saying that when ScreenRant.com pointed out that President Ritson's speech in the final episode mirrored the real world's overreaction based on fear, the director Salem agreed, with him saying that he thinks it feels most truthful to have written and say this battle is gonna go on, as he says that, in quote, Screen Rant says, "The president's speech mirrors a lot of real-world overreactions based on fear," which Salem responds to, in quote, "Real-world stuff. You come to that fork in the road with Ritson, and you have to have him accept the Skrulls and provide a home for them, which is very Pollyanna ending to do a drama, or you can have him say, this battle is gonna go on. I think we're living in the world of other right now, and I think it's very difficult to reconcile that other as much much as many of us would like to do. I think it only feels most truthful to have written and say this battle is gonna go on. Ending that quote right there, it's exactly what Secret Invasion is for, is to set up a lot of things that we're going to see going into the future of the MCU, inside and out of other shows like Armored Wars as a movie, and also movies actually at that, not just shows, but we're going to see that in and out of the rest of the MCU going forward with not just Phase 5, but also the rest of the multiversal saga. I think that the Secret Wars Avengers movie will have something to do with the Skrulls, same thing for the next one, Kang Dynasty. A lot of fan and critic reactions to Secret Invasion that is that it felt dull and that it didn't feel like it went anywhere, and I think the exact opposite. People need to open their third eye a little bit and see really where it is going and how it roadmaps some of the future of the MCU. When asked if President Ritson is a villain in the MCU, the director had teased that he could be, before pointing out that he doesn't know the character's true fate after the show, actually, as he says that, in quotes, "Oh, he could be. He could learn a lesson and not be that. Or he could continue and be exactly that. Or this could be the last we see of Ritson. I don't really know. I'm not so involved." Ending that quote right there. Something that we do know, unfortunately, with the director Salem is that he's really just here for Secret Invasion. The rest of the MCU is up to really Kevin Feige and the rest of the other creatives, and he doesn't necessarily know what's going on in the future of the MCU, which does create a little bit of a dilemma, a little bit of a problem here for Secret Invasion, as I had mentioned, is that that show is meant to roadmap out and set things up for the future of the MCU, like Armored Wars, the Marvels, and anything else that they have in the future of the MCU. So that is where it does kind of slack a little bit in my thoughts and opinions. Now, the Marvel filmmaker then reiterated that he was given some requirements for movies like the Marvels and Armored Wars, though, however, of that he does have to kind of set things up for that, and that he's not necessarily able to mess around with those events all that much, as saying that, in quotes, "I was given some requirements for the next movie. You have to put Nick Fury back up in space for the next beat. You have to make sure that Rhodey's legs don't work for Armored Wars. But other than that, I'm not as involved in what comes next. I'm really focused on the 6 episodes that exist within these 4 walls." Ending that quote right there, really just reiterating that he's only here for Secret Invasion. That's really it. Meanwhile, Secret Invasion's finale also showcased Gaia's impressive new abilities, making her now the most powerful character in the MCU so far. When asked if Salem liked the character's odds moving forward, the director played coy, but he did tease that Gaia's arrangement with Sonya Falsworth has great potential to launch something totally badass, saying that, in quotes, "I hate to deflect any questions, but especially the first question, but what's gonna happen to her is a great question for Kevin Feige, not me. I found not only her superpowers, but her arrangement with Olivia Colman's character Sonya to have some really great potential to launch something totally badass as the strong women going forward, but is also served for me as a really great resolution to the story that we were telling." So she goes on. It's gonna be exciting and huge, and if that was the resolution, I'm thrilled as an audience member. Ending that quote right there, as he really just kind of reiterates that Gaia is going to be a character moving forward outside of Secret Invasion, and is kind of just confirming that, yeah, she's like now the strongest character in the MCU. He did that, and he knows that, and he's proud of that. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, recently, also speaking with TheWrap.com, the director said that Sonya and Gaia's ending kind of sets up something really potentially interesting, while also acknowledging that it's a lovely resolution to the overall story, as he says that, in quote, "For me, the Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Sonya Gaia moment at the end, I think it does set up something really potentially interesting, but I think it's also a lovely resolution to the story, and if they never show up in the MCU again, I still feel fulfilled." Ending that quote right there, they're going to show up in the future of the MCU, that's a for sure thing, and they do have plans going forward for the Skrulls. I think that they are going to actually resolve Nick Fury's faults of where he failed at, and actually give the Skrulls an actual home and stop that war on the Skrulls. That's just a little bit of a fan theory that I have for right now, so let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. All this being said here, why does Secret Invasion's controversial ending feel still incomplete? Secret Invasion director Ali Salem's comment about the show's final and finale episode suggests that he went all in to deliver a game-changing installment posed to have major ramifications across the MCU, setting things up for it. And I think, as I had mentioned earlier on, towards the beginning of this video, that's exactly what this show does. while others disagree with that. However, the fact that the show's ending essentially created a more interesting premise is a glaring problem for the finale, considering that it sacrificed wrapping up certain story arcs, like Nick Fury, and leaving him a little bit too open-ended. But I disagree with that a little bit. I think that they put him back up in space, and that sets things up exactly for where we're going with the Marvels movie, and prioritize setting up some other future projects at the same time, like Armored Wars. By looking at the bigger picture, Gaia and Sonya's future team up and President Ritzen's declaration of war against Skrulls joins the list of cliffhangers that Marvel Studios still needs to resolve, and that there is a little bit of a problem with the MCU that they're setting up a lot of things and not completing them necessarily. They're setting up a lot of open ends, and they haven't come full circle yet. I think that it's for sure a huge possibility that President Ritzen's act of war against the Skrulls will be addressed in the Marvels movie or Captain America Brave New World. Meanwhile, it is unknown which project will tackle Gaia and Sonya's new partnership and their whole adventure, and where we will see that continue on in the MCU is something that is unknown. Whether it is a potential Secret Invasion Season 2, Thunderbolts, or a whole new project altogether, many would argue that this pair's story is far from over and just the beginning of it. This year all being said, I think there's been a lot said here about Secret Invasion and its ending with its finale, setting things up for the future of the MCU. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. What did you think about the finale of Secret Invasion? Where do you think the show is going in the future of the MCU? Would you want a Secret Invasion Season 2? Do you think it's necessary? Where do you guys think these other kind of loose ends are going to be kind of brought up in the future of the MCU? I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I think it's also worth noting that this will probably be my last Secret Invasion video here probably for a while, so that's kind of it. This is kind of everything, my initial last final thoughts here and everything about Secret Invasion that we discussed in today's video. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. It means the absolute world to me, especially if you made it this far into the video at the end. It means the absolute world to me. This has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.